Back in Greensboro, and how about Gabe Brown, number 44 in white, had a great first quarter. 13 points, he nailed a couple of threes. Very active in the first 12 minutes of the game. He averages 12 points a game coming into today. He had 13 in the first quarter. The Swarm would like to thank Blue Ridge Companies for its continued support of the Greensboro Swarm and its continued partnership this season. Blue Ridge Companies has been a proud partner of the Swarm since our inaugural season. For any short-term, long-term leases, Blue Ridge Companies is the place to be. They have properties all around the Triad and house our Greensboro Swarm players. For more information, please go to BlueRidgeCompanies.com. Muggsy Bogues, former NBA player, former Charlotte Hornets star, in the house tonight, sitting next to our team president, Steve Swatoa, as Kobe Simmons knocks down a one-shot technical free throw, one shot worth one. The Swarm are 3 of 4 at the line in the game. White. J.J. Miles to inbound. He whips it inside to Scott, who finds Whaley, puts it in. Isaiah Whaley, 13 points in the game. 9:05 in the lead by 6. Early moments of the second quarter. Sterling Brown cut off, pass deflected, caught on the baseline by Morsell. They say he shuffled the feet, traveling on Morsell. Turnover number 6. Xavier Sneed to inbound with the Swarm. And he finds Trev Scott near the half-court stripe. Here comes Kobe Simmons. Been a little quiet in this game. 3 points so far as we played a quarter plus here in this game today. The all-time leading scorer for the Swarm. He got that record earlier this week. Shot for 3, missing from deep by Xavier Sneed, and the rebound with a 9:05. Gabe Brown cut off, picked up by Kobe Simmons. Sterling Brown, that's a 3, and that's good. Sterling Brown, his second basket, his first tray. He has 5 points in the game. Swarm down 9. 2-man game with Scott from Simmons. They wave it off. No, they say blocking foul called on Ryan Hawkins, number 33 in white, for the 9:05. So Trev Scott will go to the line. Talked to head coach Jordan Surinkamp before the game. Scott, acquired by the Swarm last month, says he has a pit bull mentality. He can bully his way inside. Good defender, good scorer as well. One shot worth 2. It's up and in. He has points 6 and 7. Swarm 4 of 5 at the line. They trim the lead down to 7. Here's Gabe Brown at the hot hand in the first quarter, 13 points. He bangs off Sneed, takes a 3, got it! A 3 by Gabe Brown, his third 3 of the game. He has 16 points to lead all scorers in the game. And the 9:05 lead is back to double digits at 10 points. Sneed, reach-in foul called on Daryl Morsell. That's his second. And I think a technical foul as well. So one-shot technical for Xavier Sneed, 73% free throw shooter. Knocks down the one-shot technical, one shot worth 1. He has 3 points. The Swarm 5 of 6 at the line. And now, one shot worth 2. I know it's on the floor. Beg your pardon. It's on the floor. So Kobe Simmons will inbound on the sideline. Well, 5 of the floor for the Swarm. Miles, Scott, Sims, Sneed, and Simmons.
Game before All-Star break.
And there's a discrepancy on the scoreboard about how many team fouls the 905 have. They say they have 2, and now they add a foul up there. So 2 fouls on the 905 here in the quarter. Swarm down 9, early moments, second quarter. Scott whips it inside to Sneed. Miles, Simmons, that's a 3. Rebound Rebound, fought for, and Hawkins has it for the 905. Numbers for the 905. Alley-oop lob attempt is missed and out of bounds off of Gabe Brown. Turnover on the 905, number 7. And it goes back to the Swarm. Swarm shooting the ball well today, 59%, but the 905 shooting it better at 66.5% so far in the game. And traveling on Sneed. Turnover number 9. I talked to Jordan Surenkamp, head coach of the Swarm, before the game. Asked him about keys to victory today. He says this team has to match the 905's physicality, handle their defensive pressure, run effective offense, and get out in transition. And a foul on the floor of the Swarm. It's on Xavier Sneed. That's his first. It's Raptors 9:05 to inbound on the near sideline. They find Sterling Brown. Now to Gabe Brown, whistle, illegal screen, moving screen. On Terrell Morsell. That's his second foul of the game. So it goes back to the Swarm. Down 9. Trying to chip away the lead here against the 905. Sims skips it in the corner to Sneed, and he's bumped. Foul on, I believe, David Johnson of the 905. It is on Johnson. That's his first. Team foul number 3. There's Jordan Surenkamp. Also a former staff member on the coaching staff for the men's basketball team at South Alabama back in the day. Also a former video coordinator for the Brooklyn Nets and the Long Island Nets a few years ago. Shot for 3 by Trev Scott is too strong, and the rebound crashed in there by the 905's Ryan Hawkins. Johnson, Euro step, contact, foul called on Trev Scott. That's his first. So the line is David Johnson, played 2 years at Louisville from 2019 to 2021. He had a great game last night. He scored 22 points. He had 18 in the second half against the Swarm. Talked to Coach Eric Corey before the game, asked him about David Johnson. He says he loves this guy's ability to get to the paint and to score. And he did that several times last night in the second half of the game. So Johnson at the line, 76% free throw shooter. He was drafted in round 2, pick number 47 overall by the Toronto Raptors in the 2021 NBA draft. And the officials go into the scorers table. Apparently another discrepancy on the team fouls on the board. Here's a look at Agon Abazi wearing number 7. One of the officials for this game. And they're just trying to get everything right here on the scoreboard for the two teams. And now we have one shot worth 2 for David Johnson. Rims out on him. Rebound by the Swarm. The 9:05 now 2:05 of the line of the game. Here comes the Swarm, down 9. We're inside 9 minutes remaining in the first half of play of the second quarter. Simmons drawing the contact. Foul on the floor. Foul's on Johnson again. That's his second. Coach Jordan Surenkamp, he wants a continuation call. Does not get it. As Hawkins comes out of the game, Kyler Kelly back in for the 9:05. So Xavier Sneed will inbound with the 9 for the Swarm near the Swarm bench, and he finds Trev Scott. Simmons getting downhill, floats it up, missing, but he's fouled. He'll head of the line for one shot worth 2. Foul's on Kobe McEwen. That's his third foul of the game. So Kobe Simmons goes back to the line. He played 1 year in Arizona for Sean Miller, 2016-17 season. Last year played for the Swarm and also played overseas in Poland. Again, had a season-high 33 points last night against the 905, 7 boards and 7 assists as well. One shot worth 2, makes it. Points 4 and 5 for Kobe Simmons, and the lead is down to 7. Johnson getting downhill in the lane, and he's fouled by Xavier Sneed. Sneed says he had the law of verticality in there, went straight up, but the official thought otherwise. Foul on Sneed, his second foul of the game. So David Johnson goes to the line again. He averages 10 points a game. He has 8 already in this first half. One shot worth 2. Makes this one. Points 9 and 10 for David Johnson. Little motion offense around the perimeter. Trying to get it back door into Simmons. Shot clock ticking down inside of 10. Simmons cut off with a double team. Finds Tarugi inside. 5 to shoot, and he lost it. Turnover Swarm, number 10. Here comes Gabe Brown in transition with a 905. Ball deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the 905 in the front court. Keith Williams back into the game for the 905, replacing Kobe McEwen. Shot clock at 17. It's Johnson, Sterling Brown, Gabe Brown, Kyler Kelly, and Keith Williams, the 5 on the floor for the 905. Clad in their road white with the black and red trim. Sterling Brown, 10 to shoot. Airballs the 3 out of bounds, and it goes back to the Swarm. And the Swarm come up the floor with Tarugi, Simmons, Sims, Scott, and Sneed. And Sims has it stripped away from him by Keith Williams out of bounds. It'll stay with the Swarm underneath. Simmons, reach-in foul called on Johnson. That's his 3rd. They're calling it tight here today. And the 905 over the limit, and now a technical foul called on the 905. A technical foul called on Sterling Brown. So a one-shot technical worth 1 coming up here for the Swarm, and then one shot worth 2 coming up for Kobe Simmons. Simmons will shoot the one-shot technical. Point number 6 for Simmons. And a timeout taken by Eric Corey and the Raptors 905 with 7:39 to go. In the second quarter, the opening half of play, the 905 on the road lead it by 8 over the Swarm on NBA TV. Back here at the Novant Health Fieldhouse in Greensboro, North Carolina. 7:39 to go here in the second quarter. The 905 lead it by 8. Hustle stats. Raptors 905 +1 on offensive boards, +2 on the defensive backboards, +4 in points in the paint. You see the points off turnovers, second chance points, and fast break points. Pretty much an even game in the hustle stats category. A slight edge to the 905, who lead it by 8, 47-39. At the line, Kobe Simmons for the Swarm, one shot worth 2, and he makes it. That's points 7 and 8 for Simmons. The Swarm making their free throws, 8 of 9 in the game so far from the line. The lead is down to 6. Gabe Brown, burst of speed down the lane, finger rolls, misses it, rebound on the deck and picked up by the Swarm. And Jalen Sims. Here comes Xavier Sneed. Oh, he lost it. Turnover Swarm, number 11. 3-on-2 for the 905. Gabe Brown inside, missing the finger roll. It's out of bounds. And it stays with the 905 underneath. That's one thing that Coach Eric Corey talked about before the game. Wants to see his team get out and transition. Both coaches like to have their teams play up tempo and get out and run whenever they can. Catch and shoot 3 by Sterling Brown is way short, and it's caught by Xavier Sneed. Swarm chipping away at the lead. They were down 11 at one point in this game, now down 6. Sneed to Sims in the corner. Sneed down the lane, Dipsy-do. Oh, shot rejected by Kyler Kelly, the 7-footer. 5-on-4 break for the 905. Williams losing the handle, out of bounds to the Swarm. And a lot of turnovers here in the first half. The 905 have 9, the Swarm have 11 as Xavier Sneed. And walking a little gingerly, he comes out of the game. Well, he can't come out just yet, they say. As J.J. Miles got to the scores table a little late. Sneed has to stay in there. Simmons has it. Shot clock inside of 10. Trev Scott thought about the three. Goes down the baseline instead. Throws down a two-hand slam. Trev Scott faking the three, driving inside for a high percentage two. 47-43, the lead is down to 4. Coming up on 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Kelly inside, and he's fouled from behind by Kobe Simmons.
JJ, you got 10. JJ, you got 10.
Second on Simmons and team foul number 4. As you see the big time slam by Trev Scott. 9:05 inbound, Morsell on the point. Williams backing in on Miles, goes to the turnaround. He got fouled in the arm. And one shot worth 2 coming up. It's on J.J. Miles. That's his first foul of the game. So Keith Williams goes to the line again. He scored 2 points last night against the Swarm. He averages 2 points a game in the NBA G League regular season, has 5 already in this first half off the bench. One shot worth 2. Give him points 6 and 7 in the game. Here come the Swarm with Simmons, Sims, Scott, DeRougie, and Miles, the 5 on the floor. Clad in their aqua blue. Scott, that's a 3, and that's good. Trev Scott, that's his first 3 of the game. He has 12 points, and the lead is down to 3. 49-46, Sterling Brown inside against Scott and easily lays it in. He has 7. Both teams shooting very well. Both teams in the high 50s. That's a 3 by Jalen Sims, leaves it short. Offensive rebound by DeRougie. Back into Sims' hands. Back to DeRougie. Step back, a long 3 by Simmons is good. Kobe Simmons. Step back 3. His first 3 of the game, he has 11 points. The lead is down to 2 for the 905 at 51-49. Skip past the corner to Williams. Shot for 3 over Miles. Out of bounds off the 905. It goes back to the Swarm. Here come the Swarm. Swarm can tie or take the lead on this trip. They lob it inside to Scott. He skips it over to the corner, looking for Miles and throws it away into the first row. Out of bounds, turnover on the Swarm, number 12 in the game.
Hey, go counter.
And Sterling Brown, number 23 in white, will check out of the game for the 905. Ryan Hawkins back in there. Here's Keith Williams, been very active here in the first half off the bench. 2-man game and a one-hand slam by Kyler Kelly. He has 8. He had a lot of slams last night on lobs in the first half against the Swarm. And continuing that kind of play here today in the rematch. Turnaround shot by Sims goes in. Jalen Sims, his second basket, he has 4 points. Lead is down to 2 again for the 905. As we're coming up on 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Williams, a nice move inside, doesn't get the bounce. Fight for the rebound, it's out of bounds. No, saved by the Swarm. Here comes Scott into the hands of Simmons. Finds Miles, catch and shoot 3. No, it's short. And the rebound by Daryl Morsell in the 905. Burst of speed by Morsell. Euro step in the lane. And a collision. Blocking foul. They say Sims was in the restricted arc. Blocking foul on Jalen Sims, and that's his first. Nifty Euro step move here on the play by Daryl Morcell, but in the circle was Sims. Daryl Morcell will go to the line and have one shot worth two. He had 18 points and 6 rebounds last night in the game against the Swarm. And we have a timeout taken with 3:49 to go in the quarter. It's the 905 on the road, leading it by 2 on NBA TV. We are proud to announce that PNC Bank is a proud partner of the Greensboro Swarm again this season. All season long, PNC Bank will sponsor the three-point shot promotion, where PNC Bank will donate $3 for every three-pointer made during the home season to Family Child Services. PNC Bank continues to make an impact in our community. Back in Greensboro at the Novant Health Fieldhouse, 3:49 to go in the second quarter. 905 leaded by 2 at the line is Daryl Morcell. Played 4 years at Maryland and then played 1 year last year at Marquette. One shot worth 2. It's up and in. He has points 3 and 4 in the game. The 905 are 5 of 8 at the line. 905 still in the lead by 4 as we approach 3.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter, the first half of play. Elbow jumper by Simmons is off the mark. Offensive rebound by Scott to the shot clock resets to 14 in the corner. To Jared Wilson frame, that misses from 3, and the rebound with the 905. Numbers for the 905, Williams burst of speed, makes the basket, and he's fouled. Oh my goodness, what a play by Keith Williams, and ahead of the line for a potential three-point play. Fouls on Kobe Simmons, that's his 3rd foul of the game. He just throws it up there at the last second. He was almost behind the basket and the backboard, and he somehow puts it in. And he makes the free throw, give him 10 points in the game. The 905, 6 of 9 at the line. And just like that, the lead goes from 4 to 7. 3:15 remaining in the second quarter. Wilson frame, shot clock at 7. He needs help, finds DeRougie. Cut off by Hawkins, 2 to shoot. They have to put it up. Wilson frame does, and rims out on him, and the rebound by Williams for the 905. That was a good defensive stand by the 905. Kelly gets away from the defender. Running right-hander is off the mark, and the rebound by DeRougie for the Swarm. Into the hands of Sims. Sims in the corner, Scott takes a 3. Rims out on him, and the rebound by Kyler Kelly for the 905. That's 2 threes in a row on consecutive trips, just rimming out for the Swarm. Gabe Brown position inside against Kobe Simmons, and a foul is on the floor. No basket, foul on the floor. Fouls on Kobe Simmons, that's his 4th. 4 fouls on Kobe Simmons. He's in foul trouble, and he'll come out of the game. Daryl Morcell out of the game for the 905 as well. The line is Gabe Brown. 16 points for Brown in the first half. He had 20 points and 4 threes and 5 rebounds last night in the loss to the Swarm. Misses that free throw. The 905, 6 of 10 at the line. And the Swarm have Sims, Wilson frame, DeRougie, Scott, and Whaley the 5 on the floor. Shot for 3 goes in by Jalen Sims. His 7th points of the game, and the lead is down to 4 at 58-54. Exactly 2 minutes to go in the second quarter, the first half of play. Hawkins 3, rims out on him, and the rebound by Scott for the Swarm. As we're under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter, Swarm can chip away at the lead some more. Sims is 3, that's good. Jalen Sims, back-to-back threes. He has 10 points, right at his average per game, and the Swarm cut the lead down to 1. 90 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Kelly works on Scott, and traveling on the 905, turnover number 10. So the Swarm, who have been down for the most part in this game, the Swarm's largest deficit in the first quarter was 11. It's now down to 1. Swarm can take the lead on this trip, but they're having trouble getting the ball in play. Full court pressure put on by the 905, and the Swarm are able to break it. Shot clock inside of 10. Scott into Whaley. 5 to shoot. Whaley goes up inside. Two-hand slam. And the Swarm reclaim the lead by 1. Whaley with 15 first half points. Gabe Brown missing the shot. And the rebound for the Swarm. Numbers for the Swarm. Scott goes down the lane. Scores! Scott with 14 first half points, and the lead is 3 for the Swarm as we have 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Williams in the lane, tough turnaround. Offensive rebound by the 7-footer Kelly, missing from point-blank range, and the rebound of the Swarm. Here comes Jared Wilson frame, down low to Whaley, and he had it poked away out of bounds with 19 to shoot and 21.8 to go in the second quarter clock. Swarm have crawled all the way back, down 11 at one point, now up 3. All kinds of rhythm and momentum here late in the second quarter. About a 2.5 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Actually, 3.5 second differential. Shot clock at 7, game clock at 10. Here's Sims working on Hawkins with 3 to shoot. Sims has to put it up, 2 to shoot. 1 running hander goes in. .6 to go in the second quarter. Brown from midcourt. Good if it goes. It does not, and halftime is here. What a comeback here by the Greensboro Swarm. Down 11 at one point in the first quarter. Take the lead by 5 at the break. It's 63-58 Swarm as you're watching NBA G League basketball today on NBA TV.